Good morning. So I'm starting from the caravan site at Blair Athol, and I'm going to walk up to the car park at the Bridge of Tilt and then up the glen. So today I'm walking my 12th Corbett, which is Beinn Mheadhonach, the middle hill. So there's Glen Tilt car park. It's only a 10-minute walk for me from the caravan site. We're heading up this way. So down there in the trees is a bridge going over the road, and then further down that way there's another bridge going over the River Tilt. So I'm assuming one of them is the old Bridge of Tilt. Now I'm remembering back to my Monroe circuit, and I did an epic walk up this way, so I'm retracing some steps, and I ended up adding I think it was Beinn Mheadhonach to the day, which I'd not set out to do, if you remember. But that was an epic day. Yeah, the day starts following forest tracks again, Land Rover tracks, for quite some time, I'm afraid. Seems to be a theme. So we're crossing the River Tilt. We're crossing back over higher up on the next bridge up. I think it's called Gilbert's Bridge, the next one. So there's Gilbert's Bridge, which we've just crossed, and I'm now heading up this track here, this quad track. I do have another waterway to cross a bit higher up before we start heading up the fell. Well, so far navigation's been very easy, following various tracks. We're on this Land Rover stroke quad track at the minute. Wow, this is an old bridge, an old pack horse bridge. So there's a random direction sign, viewpoint left. Well, we're heading left. We're going to get a viewpoint as well. Wonderful. So following this track, we've got a river to cross, and then we're going to walk straight up the shoulder towards, pretty much towards the top. I think it's going to be pathless. No path shown on the map. This is one of the few Corbett's that's over 900 metres. This is 901. There you go, another little pack horse bridge to cross. I think once I've crossed that bridge, I then start making my way up the fell. And as I say, it's going to be pathless. Well, I thought it was going to be pathless, but there is a faint path cutting its way up through the heather. Stan's just ahead, finding it for me. Look how it's sat in rows. But I have to say, it's not dwarfed. There's a bit of a cairn and a shelter there. You know, I might get in that shelter on the way back down and have a sandwich. Still a way to go. So the summits of both Monroes have just come into sight. That was an awesome day when I bagged them two in one day. So it's quite a long shoulder at the top. The top's maybe another 10 metres higher than this at the other end of the shoulder. This isn't the top. The top's over there, about another metre higher. So here we are, Beinn Mheadhonach. Yes. Now that other top over there looks higher, but apparently it's a metre lower. This is the true top. So we're heading back now. Going to head down the hillside. Very, very strong, cold, bitterly cold wind. So I'm going to try and get down to that shelter about 50 metres down the hillside, and then maybe get a bit of shelter there. So you can see there's quite a definite path to follow, and I thought this was going to be pathless. So we've got a northerly wind, and the shelter is not set up for a northerly wind, so I'm not stopping there. I'll find somewhere else further down the mountain. So we're back down at this Packhorse Bridge. That took no time at all to get off that mountain. This top half of the walk is very pleasant. It's a shame there's so much Land Rover track, I suppose, at the beginning, but so it definitely feels like the theme of today is ancient bridges. We're back at the Packhorse Bridge, and I'm going to retrace my steps now all the way back to the caravan. So there's this little sign saying shortcut through the woods, and I just had a quick map check, and I can't say it looks any faster, but it's certainly a different track to the one I came on. So I'm going to take this, and it brings me out of a little village, and then I follow a road back into the old tilt. Yeah, it makes a pleasant change. Keeps me off that track where there's potential traffic, so it might be a good call. So the path splits here. The map shows the bottom path, which I'm going to take you to a village called Fender Bridge, and then I can drop down to the old Bridge of Tilt. So we're going to take this lower one. Just looking back up the glen, what a fabulous shot. You can see where we've been, see why they call it Middle Hill. The map shows a path crossing that field over there towards Fender Bridge, but the forest track still goes that way. It's not shown on the map. There is another bridge shown lower down, so I'm assuming that links up. So I'm going to take a flyer and see whether this links up to the lower bridge. So far so good. Looks like it's potentially going to come out at Fender Falls, and as I say, there's a bridge shown on the map near there, so should be able to get across. So there you go, another bridge. We're at the Falls of Fender, although there's no waterfalls to see. So we're over the bridge, so we'll just follow the track now back to the road. It seems quite an appropriate way to end the day with this old bridge here. The day of bridges.